YouTube, what is up? It is your boy Steph Trini back with another video. This time it's so different. We're not reacting today. It's the World War III topic, man. What do y'all think about that, man? You know, because they said, you know, if you were our president or whatever, Trump or whatever, he sent some missiles out or something or whatever, he killed some Iranian commander, and now the actual general, like the actual supreme general, he's like calling, like he's vowing like severe revenge. Like, do you guys honestly think that, you know, that World War III is about to happen? And what will you do? You know, because we're already living in a crazy, chaotic time right now anyway. So, I mean, do you honestly think World War III is going to happen? I mean, we already had World War I, World War II, and World War III. And my people have been around for all those wars. So, I mean, like, if the war happens, what will you do? I mean, just think. And just reality. Just imagine right now. Okay, look. Say World War III actually does happen. You know, will it be one of those wars like the first couple of world wars where they didn't have enough soldiers? They had to knock on people's houses and say, "Hey, you either join the army or you go to prison, man." Like, will it be one of those where, like, well, basically we're basically beyond the boots on the ground. Like, we're basically fighting missiles and aircraft. We're beyond soldiers on the ground. We're living in a different time now. We don't even have to have soldiers anymore. We can just basically just send missiles at each other and not even leave home until we're all just blown to smithereens. But yeah, you think it'd be one of those wars though that, like, you know, they might knock on your door and they might be like, "Hey, you gotta join, man," you know? Or would it be one of those wars where, like, it's like, how can I put it? It's one of those wars where, like, I don't know, one of those crazier wars, just like where like you might have to actually leave this land and go back to your original nationality, like land, like where you're originally from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the war gets so bad, will we Africans might want to just go back home? Will the Latinos want to go back to Mexico? Will everybody just want, like, you know, the Chinese, will they want to go back to China, Japan, you know, Korea, will they want to go back home? You know what I'm saying? Or will we just stick it here and you know, fight it all out and just see who just ends up surviving, who's the last standing, and to tell the story of what happened? Do you guys honestly think that war's going to happen? Because, I mean, honestly, history is not supposed to repeat itself, but if you allow it to, then hey, it does. But honestly, do you honestly think a World War III is actually going to happen in 2020? And how will it be? What will it be like? What will you do? What are you going to do? Who are you going to tell? What are you going to do with your family? Are you going to go back home? Are you going to leave this place and maybe fly overseas before it actually happens? Or they might lock everybody in. Who knows? Like, what would you guys actually do? And do you honestly think that World War III is actually going to happen? Because if it does, I mean, hey, I honestly feel like a World War III will happen. Because, I mean, like, maybe not. I'm 22 right now. I'll be 23 in March of 2020, 29th. But honestly, like, I feel like a World War III would happen. Like, it might happen in my day and age. Or, you know, I have a kid, my son's, like, his generation. You never know. It might happen in the next 40 to 50 years. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? 40 to 50, you know, it doesn't, you know, I feel like that might happen. It is going to happen. Because history is going to repeat itself. It's not supposed to, but if you allow it, which we don't write our own history, we don't own it. So it's going to repeat itself. I just feel like, man, hey, if all else fails, I'm going back home to Nigeria, back home to Africa, taking my son, my family, getting the hell up out of here. Nice knowing y'all. I already got my passport already, you know what I'm saying? Nice knowing y'all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm not joining no army, man. I'm not joining no army, man. I already got enough PTSD as it is, man. I can't be out there, shit flying through my ears and noises exploding, shit. I'd be so goddamn nervous. Just like the original World Wars, they used to have people in the trenches. People would stay in the trenches because they were scared, you know what I'm saying? They were scared to go out on that field, which is the no man's land. When you go out on when you leave them trenches and go out on that damn field out there, head on to your opposing faction, your enemy, like, That's no man's land. Like, you don't know if you're gonna come back. Like, you better just, you know what I'm saying? But if you scared you're gonna be in them trenches, are you gonna be the people that stay in the trenches? Or go fight for this country or whatever? Go to no man's land? Or are you gonna just probably just be like, hey man, forget it. I'm not gonna fight nor hide. I'm just gonna just go back home to where I'm originally from. You know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comment section down below, what would you do? Because, I mean, hey, the general warrior, the supreme general already over there in Iranian or whatever, Iraq, he already vowed, like, supreme revenge. Like, they cried over this for, like, 3 days or whatever. I already knew this was going to happen. 2020, it's like something crazy always happens in, like, these even years. You know what I'm saying? Like, something crazy. Like the even years, like 2020. 2016, 2014, 2012. 2012 was like when it started. I ain't gonna talk about that, but like that's when a lot of crazy, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, what do you guys think? Will World War III happen? If you don't think it would happen, comment down below. If you don't think it would happen, if you do think it would happen, what would you do? What rations, what food would you get? Would you go to an underground bunker? How would you do this? You know, what would you do? You know, just saying, just think if it was to happen. Like they were to announce on the news, like, hey, we're about to go on World War III right now. What would you do? You're quitting your job, you're taking your family, you're getting your life savings. What are you doing? Let me know down in the comment section down below. What are you guys going to do? And if World War III actually going to happen. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. I truly appreciate all the love I've been getting. It's been your boy Steph Trendy. Hit that notification bell, subscribe. I'm out, man. Peace.